Okay, so talking about agent synergies and combos is also a topic that you'd see mostly on a team environment. And what I mean by this is there are specific agents and abilities that those agents have that when combined together can create really strong scenarios and a lot of value. And this is something you might see at a beginning of a round for like a set play, or for example on a retake, you just have this kind of utility that go together. But it's also something that if you do it enough times, you'll be able to start doing it on the fly with your teammate that has the other utility of the combo. So for example on Breeze, if we're going to execute B, or we're just gonna go B even if we're not doing a set execute mid round, we're just gonna go B. And the Sova and the Viper are on B main, sorry. If they should be initially on their minds that we should be throwing a Viper Molly and a Shock Dart backside. Even if we're alone, we should be thinking those kind of things. But then if they're together and they both do it, the chances of getting a kill are much higher, right? So this is just a quick example of what kind of synergies we should be thinking as players. And we can get these kind of things by just watching VODs of pros and just playing the game a lot. You kind of understand like, oh, maybe it's good if we do this. But I think the best way of taking ideas quicker like this is from watching pros play. But even just being creative yourself, you'll be able to find some of these kind of things. I think this is a great example. So this is what I'm saying. So for example, whenever I go Breeze now, after I'm like, okay, we should do this, then whenever I'm hitting B side on Breeze, I'm always going to be thinking of this Shock Dart. And then my teammate that plays Viper with me on my team is also going to be thinking about the Viper speed. So if not the Viper speed, the Snake Bite. So if we're going in together and we both think about it and we both call it like I'm gonna shock and say I'm gonna poison, we're gonna do it together, and the chances of getting killed are much higher, and it's gonna start happening. And this is something that it's done in this case on a kind of a on the fly situation, you know. But you can also have these kind of situations if you do it mid round, of course. For example, if we are on Icebox and we are retaking B, we can also have like a set lineups that we do, and in this case it's not exactly on the flight. This is like part of the retake. We know we're gonna do this. Okay, so and you can also have like a set play in the beginning of a round on defense that you throw both of these things here. You know, so it's the same thing, and you can have this as a set play. But if you do it as a set play, then you'll start being able to do it. So here's an example of me and a teammate of mine from a past team doing it on the fly, and it went really well. And this was like just the fruit of our training coming into practice, right? So we're defending mid, and Viper and me, for whatever reason, we're on mid at this moment in the round. And then we see people crossing tube, and we both think the same thing quick, and we both communicate. I'm gonna throw the shock, he's gonna throw the Viper Molly, and just did it on the fly, and it worked out really well. And now it's a 4v2 because of this play, right? It's an amazing play, amazing team synergy and teammate synergy with this combos of abilities. And this is something that only comes into fruition after doing the first part of the job, which is planning and doing it on set plays. And only then, after experiencing it enough times, you will start thinking of these things on the fly mid-round, and then you'll be able to have your teammate that's also thinking the same thing at the same time as you, and be able to get these insane plays, and by then become a better team.